So, I recently talked about this case where Jessi's fan got assaulted by her acquaintances after an 18-year-old fan just asked for an autograph. The whole thing blew up, and now Jessi's basically canceled. Another victim even came forward, and things have escalated big time. We've got rapper Koala, allegedly involved with some Korean gangsters. Rumors about his relationship with Jessi, a 6-hour police investigation. Jessi getting her contract with agency terminated, and now people in Korea want her gone. And, of course, there's some serious victim blaming going on. In this video, we're breaking down everything that's happened. It all started on October 14th, when an 18-year-old male fan shared what went down on JTBC's Crime Chief news segment. He claimed that when he asked Jessi for a photo, one of her acquaintances straight up punched him. The fan shared the whole story, and even after 10 days, he hadn't heard anything from the police after filing a complaint. Then, one of Jessi's friends tried to sweep it under the rug, saying the fan was trying to threaten Jessi, but the fan insisted he never even contacted her. Of course, when the news dropped, Jessi started getting major backlash. Soon after, a video of the incident made its rounds online. Some fans defended Jessi, while others said she should have done more to protect the fan. Then, on October 15th, Jessi apologized to her fans, saying she takes full moral responsibility and would cooperate with the police investigation. At that point, it looked like things might cool down if Jessi followed through with her apology and maybe stayed under the radar for a bit. Up until then, it seemed like she was taking the heat for something the guys around her did. Like, she even tried to step in and stop the fight at one point. If you've seen the footage, you know what I mean. So, she still had fans backing her up. But then things got even messier. The alleged victim and his mom showed up on Crime Thief in Strata, denied Jessi's claims that the person who attacked the fan wasn't an acquaintance. Jessi had been saying from the start that she didn't know the guy and had met him for the first time that day, and the attacker had left the country. The victim's mom wasn't buying it. She said, "I saw Jessi's apology, but it just seemed like she was making excuses. It doesn't make sense that the person who assaulted him was someone she saw for the first time. My child says the person Jessi claims isn't her acquaintance was actually with her." The victim also called out Jessi's apology, saying it didn't feel genuine at all. She doesn't seem like she's reflecting on what happened. And using the term moral responsibility just makes it sound fake. Then came the bombshell. The victim identified 2 attackers, not just one. Turns out, the other guy who assaulted him was rapper-producer Koala, who's actually worked with Jessi before. Fans immediately started questioning why Jessi lied about meeting this guy for the first time. According to the fan, Koala hit him in both the stomach and the head. He explained, "At first Koala punched me twice in the stomach, and then he kept shoving my head. Even though I was trying to avoid him, he kept hitting my head." For those who don't know, Koala is a producer who has worked on some of Jessi's music. Now, the wild part, he's allegedly one of the attackers. And his tattoos has victim and people speculating that he's tied to a Korean gang operating in LA. This is what victim said. "When I was next to my friends, I felt like I was talking about a gang," he said. Since Koala's walking and body movements are not common, I searched a lot about Koala's here and there after the incident, and I thought it was a Korean gang. Again, this is all speculation, not confirmed facts. The gang in question is supposedly called Korean Outlaws, based on the tattoos Koala has. He's got a K on one arm and OS on the other, which people think stands for Korean Outlaws. Gang tattoos are usually used to rep loyalty, which might be why the fan believed Koala was part of this gang. But Jessi's legal team quickly shut down those rumors, saying she had no idea about any gang ties. So, even if Koala is involved with that group, it seems Jessi wasn't aware of it. Things took a turn for the worse when, on October 8th, a photo of Jessi and Koala started circulating on social media. Apparently, Koala himself posted the pic on his Instagram. And yeah, the picture made it clear they were close, which definitely didn't help her case. Meanwhile, on October 16th, Jessi got called into the Gangnam police station and was reportedly investigated for 6 hours. She briefly spoke to the media, saying, "I hope they find the perpetrator ASAP. I hope the perpetrator gets punished. I will tell the police everything I know as it happened. It was the first time I saw the attacker that day." But then, on October 17th, a JTBC news show dropped a bombshell. Jessi had been involved in another assault case back in 2013. Yep. Her past just came back to haunt her, and it only made things worse because it showed a pattern of behavior. A victim, a Korean-American woman, claimed she was assaulted by Jessi and her friends at a club in The fight apparently kicked off when the victim motioned for Jessi and her crew to go into the restroom first, but they reacted aggressively and attacked her instead. According to the victim, Jessi and her entourage not only hit her, but tried to humiliate her by pushing her face toward the toilet. Jessi reportedly took the victim's bag and demanded an apology, saying she'd only return it if the victim got on her knees. Here's what the victim had to say. She then said that her friend who assaulted me went back to the US. And it's the same in the recent case how she is saying the perpetrator went back to China. If there was no CCTV footage, Jessi would have said she was not involved. Even though the victim initially pressed charges in 2013, she eventually dropped the lawsuit. When asked why, she explained, "The incident occurred when I was planning to come back to the US for work, and I had already made plans, like buying plane tickets. It would have taken about a year for the case to be decided, and I couldn't leave the country while the case was ongoing, so I had no choice but to drop it." This has sparked international scrutiny, with many people questioning Jessi's involvement and actions in both incidents. The news report highlights that Jessi's defense in the current fan assault case closely mirrors her response in the 2013 incident, raising concerns about a possible recurring pattern. The victim from 2013 also expressed frustration that Jessi's defense hasn't changed, and feels that Jessi has a history of dodging responsibility. Basically, Jessi's defense strategy in both cases has been to claim she wasn't directly involved, and that the person responsible for the violence just happened to leave the country. There are allegations of a pattern of violent incidents involving Jessi and the people she hangs out with. And after all this, Jessi's agency, the one she just signed with a month ago to form her own label, has decided to terminate her contract. They said, "Once again, we are sorry for causing anxiety to the fans from the recent bad news." Jessi and the company have had numerous conversations about her future activities, and at Jessi's request, it has been decided that our exclusive contract with her will be terminated as of October 18, 2024. Although it was a short time, we want to express our gratitude to Jessi for being with us, and we sincerely support her future activities. Right now, Korean netizens are calling for Jessi to leave the country and go back to America. But then there are international fans defending her, arguing that she's being punished for the actions of the men around her. But honestly, the past incidents from 2013 raised some red flags for me. And let's talk about victim blaming. In my last video, I saw so many comments claiming that this young fan started it first and was harassing Jessi. First of all, there's no evidence to support that. Those who are doubting should definitely check the CCTV footage. Secondly, there hasn't been a single official statement saying that the victim did anything wrong. So, I'm really confused about where all this misinformation is coming from. Just make sure you check out authentic sources for this case, not TikTok. What do you guys think? Can Jessi bounce back from this anytime soon? She's lost her contract with a label she just signed a month ago, and fans are really angry about her actions. Honestly, I'd say in 2024, idols need to be extra careful. Every other week, idols are getting canceled and involved in serious controversies, and groups and companies are facing boycotts. This year is not shaping up to be the best for K-pop.